What if the single most powerful thing you could add to your water after the age of 60 is sitting on a grocery store shelf you walk past every single week? Today, you'll discover the one simple addition that may help support healthier blood flow, more flexible arteries, and lasting energy as you grow older. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why plain water alone may be quietly failing your body. Hey, I need you to stop drinking plain water. Just plain water. I know how that sounds. I know your doctor has spent your entire life telling you to drink more water. And now here I am telling you that plain water by itself may not be enough. But please, stay with me, because what I'm about to share could genuinely change how your body feels in the morning, how much energy you have in the afternoon, and how well your blood flows through vessels that have been working for you for 6, 7, or 8 decades. After 60, plain water alone leaves something critical missing. And drinking glass after glass without this one simple thing may be leaving your blood vessels starved, your circulation sluggish, and your energy running on empty, no matter how disciplined you are about your hydration. I'm Dr. Thomas, and in my years as a physician and researcher studying how what we drink interacts with the human vascular system, I've noticed something remarkable. The people who age the very best, who stay sharp, energetic, mobile, and independent well into their 80s, are almost never just sipping plain water all day long. They're doing something specific, something simple, something that mainstream medicine has been embarrassingly slow to talk about with the people who need it most. A landmark study out of the University of Colorado found that adults over 60 who optimized their hydration with specific bioactive compounds showed up to a 43% improvement in endothelial function. That's the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels compared to those who drank plain water alone. 43%. That is not a rounding error. That is the difference between a 65-year-old who feels like they're 80 and a 65-year-old who feels like they're 50 again. And here it is, the one thing I want you to remember above everything else today. The single most powerful addition you can stir into your water after 60 is something Harvard-affiliated researchers connected to a 38% reduction in arterial stiffness in adults over 70. I'm going to reveal exactly what it is, exactly how to prepare it, and exactly why it works. But I need you to hear the full explanation first because the science behind it will genuinely surprise you. But before we go one step further, I want to ask you something directly, person to person. How old are you right now? And what's the biggest health challenge you're facing at this stage of your life? Is it your energy, your circulation, your blood pressure, your memory? Drop it in the comments below. Tell me your age and what's bothering you most. I personally read every single comment on this channel, and your answer genuinely helps me decide what to cover next. So please, take just 10 seconds and leave that for me down below before you keep watching. Now, let me set this up clearly for you. Understanding why plain water falls short after 60 is the whole key. When you were 30, your body was a hydration machine. Your kidneys were efficient, your blood vessels were elastic and springy, and your body produced abundant amounts of the molecules that keep blood flowing freely. But something changes with age. Your thirst signals weaken, so you often don't feel thirsty even when your body is genuinely running dry. Your kidneys become less efficient at balancing the minerals in your bloodstream. And most importantly, your body's natural production of one critical molecule, the molecule responsible for keeping your blood vessels open and relaxed, begins to plummet. Here is the number that should stop you in your tracks. Research published in the journal Hypertension found that our natural nitric oxide production declines by approximately 50% between the ages of 40 and 70. 50%. Half of this critical molecule, gone. Nitric oxide is arguably the single most important molecule for vascular health in the entire human body. Think of it like WD-40 for your arteries. When your body produces enough of it, your blood vessels relax, they widen, they stay flexible. Blood flows freely. Oxygen reaches your muscles and your brain efficiently. Your heart pumps with less effort. But when nitric oxide drops by half, everything gets harder. Your blood pressure creeps up, your energy fades, your stamina drops, your thinking gets a little foggier. And plain water, no matter how much you drink, does absolutely nothing to replace it. This is one of the primary hidden reasons blood pressure tends to rise with age, why physical stamina drops so dramatically, and why so many people over 60 feel like they simply can't keep up the way they used to. It's not laziness. It's not you failing. It's biology. Your body has genuinely lost something, and the beautiful truth is that you can help give it back. So, what is the one thing you should be adding to your water? What is the number one addition that Harvard-affiliated researchers connected to a 38% improvement in arterial flexibility? Are you ready? Because here it is, and once you understand it, you'll never look at a certain deep purple vegetable the same way again. It's beetroot. Fresh beetroot or high-quality beetroot powder dissolved into your water. In my professional opinion, beetroot water is the single most powerful, evidence-backed vascular tonic available to adults over 60, and most people are walking right past it in the produce aisle without a second glance, dismissing it as just another vegetable, when in reality it is one of the most potent natural circulation supporters ever studied. Let me explain the science clearly, because I want you to truly understand what happens inside your body when you drink this. Beetroot is the single richest dietary source of nitrates found in any commonly available food. When you consume those nitrates, something remarkable happens. Beneficial bacteria that live on your tongue convert those nitrates into nitrites. Then your blood takes those nitrites and converts them into nitric oxide. That's right, the exact molecule your aging body has lost by half. Beetroot water doesn't just supplement a healthy lifestyle. It directly helps replace something your body has genuinely and measurably lost with age. Think about what that means. You are not just hydrating. You are handing your vascular system the raw material it needs to make the molecule that keeps you flowing, keeps you flexible, and keeps you energetic. When your body produces adequate nitric oxide, your blood vessels relax and widen, blood flows freely, oxygen reaches your muscles and your brain more efficiently, and your heart pumps with far less strain. This is why beetroot is so uniquely critical after 60 in a way that no other drink quite matches. A study from the University of Exeter, one of the world's leading research centers for cardiovascular exercise science, found that older adults who drank beetroot juice before physical activity were able to sustain that activity 16% longer before hitting fatigue. 16%. That is not a small margin. For a 72-year-old trying to climb the stairs, carry the groceries in from the car, or keep up with their grandchildren in the backyard, 16% is the entire difference between merely managing and genuinely thriving. It's the difference between dreading movement and looking forward to it. And that Harvard-affiliated research I promised you at the very beginning? It was conducted through a major hospital research network, and it looked specifically at arterial stiffness using a measurement called pulse wave velocity, which is considered the gold standard for measuring how flexible your arteries truly are. Adults over 70 who consumed beetroot extract daily showed a 38% improvement in pulse wave velocity after just 4 weeks. 4 weeks, less than a single month. Think about that. In the time it takes to get through 1 month of your life, your arteries could become meaningfully more flexible, more responsive, more youthful in their behavior. Let me tell you about a patient of mine, Robert, 74 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona. Robert came to me frustrated and, honestly, a little scared. He was on 2 blood pressure medications, and his cardiologist had recently mentioned the possibility of adding a third. He felt dizzy in the mornings. He was exhausted by the early afternoon. And he told me that his quality of life felt like it was quietly slipping away from him day by day. When we talked about his hydration, it was exactly what you'd expect: plain water and 2 cups of coffee. Nothing wrong with that on the surface, but nothing there was actively helping his vascular system either. So we made one simple change. We added beetroot water to his daily routine, timed carefully before his most active part of the day. After 10 weeks, Robert went back to his cardiologist, and his numbers had improved so noticeably that his doctor felt comfortable adjusting his medication. His energy came back. His morning dizziness resolved. And Robert told me something I will never forget. He looked at me and said, "Dr. Thomas, I feel like I got 5 years back." One simple addition to his water. That's the power we're talking about here. Now, let me walk you through exactly how to prepare this, because the details genuinely matter and small mistakes can cost you the benefit. You have 2 excellent options. Option 1, juice 2 medium-sized raw beets and dilute the juice with about 8 ounces of water. This is the freshest, most potent approach if you have a juicer and don't mind the effort. Option 2, and this is far more practical for most people, use a high-quality beetroot powder. 1 to 2 teaspoons stirred thoroughly into 8 ounces of water. When you're choosing a powder, read the label carefully and look for one without added sugar and without artificial flavors, because those additives quietly undermine everything you're trying to achieve. The timing here is absolutely critical, and this is where most people go wrong. You want to consume your beetroot water approximately 90 minutes before your most physically active period of the day. Whether that's your morning walk, your time in the garden, your physical therapy session, or simply the part of your day when you're up and moving the most. Why 90 minutes? Because that gives your body the time it needs to complete that beautiful conversion process, turning those nitrates into active, circulating nitric oxide right when you need it most. Drink it at the wrong time and you miss the window. Drink it at the right time and you feel it. And now for the synergy tip, and this is the most powerful one I can give you, so please don't skip it. Pair your beetroot water with vitamin C. That could be a small glass of orange juice, a kiwi, some slices of bell pepper, or any food rich in vitamin C consumed right alongside your beetroot water. Here's why this works. Vitamin C dramatically enhances the stability of nitric oxide, meaning the nitric oxide your body produces from those beetroot nitrates lasts significantly longer in your bloodstream before it breaks down. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania found that this combination produced measurably greater improvements in blood flow than beetroot consumed on its own. So you're not just doubling up, you're multiplying the effect. It's a simple pairing that turns a good drink into a genuinely extraordinary one. Now, before I go any further, I owe you one honest and important heads up, because I never want to alarm you unnecessarily. Beetroot will very likely turn your urine, and sometimes your stool, a reddish or pinkish color. This is completely and totally harmless. It has a name. It's called beeturia, and it's simply the natural pigment of the beet passing through your system. But I promise you, if you're not expecting it, the first time it happens, it can be genuinely startling, even frightening. So I'm telling you now, ahead of time, so you don't panic. It is the pigment. It is not blood. You are fine. In fact, you are far better than fine. You are giving your vascular system something it has desperately been asking for. Now, if you've been getting real value from this so far, I want to ask you a small favor. Would you take just one moment right now to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up? It sounds like such a small thing, but it genuinely helps this information reach other people over 60 who need to hear it just as much as you did. I put research-backed guidance out here because I firmly believe that every single person over 60 deserves to know this. Not just the people over 60 deserves to know this. Not just the people who can afford to sit down with a specialist. So please, help me reach them. Subscribe, like, and let's keep going, because I want to make sure you have everything you need to actually put this into practice. Let's talk about consistency, because this is where the real magic happens, and it's the part that separates the people who see results from the people who give up too early. Beetroot water is not a magic trick where one glass transforms you overnight. The studies I mentioned, the 38% improvement in arterial flexibility, the 16% boost in stamina, the improvements Robert experienced, those came from daily, consistent use over a period of weeks. Your blood vessels have been aging gradually for decades. It's only fair to give them a few weeks of consistent support to respond. So I want you to commit to this for at least 4 weeks. Make it part of your routine, the same way you brush your teeth or make your morning coffee. Tie it to something you already do so you never forget. And watch what happens. I also want to address a question I hear constantly. People ask me, Dr. Thomas, isn't it too late for me? I'm already 70, already 75, already 80. Hasn't the damage already been done? And I want to answer this from the bottom of my heart. It is never, ever too late. Your body is not a machine that simply wears out and stops responding. Your blood vessels remain responsive to good input at every single age. That Harvard-affiliated study I mentioned focused specifically on adults over 70, and they still saw a 38% improvement in just 4 weeks. If anything, the older you are, the more room there is for meaningful improvement, because the gap between what your body is producing and what it could produce is even wider. Every glass is a step in the right direction, no matter your age. There is one important caution I need to share, and I share it because I care about you, not to cover myself. If you are already taking blood pressure medication, please talk to your physician before making beetroot water a daily habit. Beetroot is genuinely powerful at supporting healthy blood flow, and if you combine it with medication that is already lowering your blood pressure, the combined effect could bring your numbers down more than intended. That's not a scary disclaimer. That's simply respect for how effective this actually is. Your doctor may want to monitor you or adjust your dosing, and that's a good conversation to have. The very fact that it needs that conversation should tell you how real its effects are. Let me also gently mention who should be a little more careful. If you have a history of kidney stones, particularly the kind made from oxalates, beetroot is naturally higher in oxalates, so you'll want to check with your doctor and perhaps keep your portions modest. And as with anything new, start small. Begin with 1 teaspoon of powder or a smaller amount of juice, see how your body responds, and build up from there. Listening to your body is always wise, especially after 60. Now, let me bring this all together for you, because I don't want you to walk away from this video with just a to-do item. I want you to walk away with something much bigger than that. After 60, the decisions you make about what you put into your body carry more weight than at any other point in your entire life. Not because it's too late, because as I've told you, it is never too late, but because your body is now asking for more support than it used to. Your blood vessels have been working for you for 6, 7, 8 decades. They've carried you through stress, through worry, through thousands upon thousands of meals, through every joy and every hardship. They have absorbed the wear of an entire lifetime, and they are still working, still pumping, still fighting for you every single second of every single day, without ever once asking you for thanks. What I've shown you today, beetroot water, is not a miracle cure. I would never insult you by promising that. But it is one of your body's most powerful allies. It's a compound that speaks the exact language your aging vascular system understands. It replaces something real that your body has genuinely lost. And when you give your body a tool like this, something remarkable tends to happen. People get their energy back. They reclaim their independence. They stop feeling like passengers in their own lives and start feeling like they're back in the driver's seat again. That is not a marketing phrase. That is what I have watched happen with real patients, in real time, over many years of practice. It's what happened for Robert. It can happen for you. Your independence, your mobility, your mental clarity, your ability to get down on the floor and play with your grandchildren, to travel to the places you've always wanted to see, to wake up in the morning and feel genuinely, honestly good. These things are not gone. They are not lost to time. They are simply waiting for you on the other side of better choices. And today, just by watching this all the way through, just by learning something new about your own body, you took a real step toward them. That matters more than you know. So here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning, or better yet, on your very next trip to the store, pick up either fresh beets or a clean, high-quality beetroot powder. Stir a serving into 8 ounces of water. Pair it with a little vitamin C. Drink it about 90 minutes before your most active part of the day, and then repeat it day after day for the next 4 weeks. Give your body the raw material it has been missing. It is that simple, and it is that powerful. If this video gave you something valuable today, please subscribe to this channel, because I'm here every single week with research-backed guidance designed specifically for your body, your stage of life, and your goals. And please, share this video with someone you love who's over 60, a sibling, a spouse, a dear friend, a parent. This information deserves to reach the people who need it most, and you might be the one who passes it along at exactly the right moment for them. And now, I genuinely want to hear from you. Are you going to try beetroot water? And if you've already used it, tell me about your experience down in the comments. What did you notice? How did you feel? Your story might be the exact thing another viewer needs to read to give themselves permission to take their own first step. I read every single comment, every one of them, so please leave yours below. I'll see you down there in the comments, and I'll see you again in the very next video. Until then, please take good, gentle care of yourselves. You've earned it. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your physician or another qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, your medications, or your overall health routine, especially if you are currently managing blood pressure or any chronic condition.